Okay, we're doing some mulching today, trying to get the garden, I don't want to say ahead of the weeds and grass because I'm already behind, but anyway, it's going to look a whole lot better and take a lot of the labor out of it. Normally I like to get it done much earlier before it gets hot. I'm kind of messed up this year. But anyway, here's what I've got. Got about a pickup load of just spoiled hay, the stuff that's left over from round bales feeding in the wintertime. So this stuff's already starting to rot. Some of it's wet, some of it's thick, some of it's fluffy. There's a little bit of manure in there. Doesn't matter if it's in there or not. So that's about one pickup load, which I've already pulled a little bit out. I'll probably need another pickup load or two before I get done. But here we are at the garden. Early on, you can see right there, I had just pine straw that I got from a neighbor along with some leaves that I pick up along the streets. You know, people bag this beautiful mulch in plastic bags, throw it in the dump, and it's just such a sad waste. You can see underneath, I'll show you the paper. We're going to lay this down here in just a couple of minutes and put the mulch on top of it. And that's just the kind of paper, you can go down to your big box or your hardware store, and it's the kind of paper that painters lay down on the floor to protect it when they're painting. And so I'll lay down one layer, sometimes two. That one you can see is folded over, and I'll put the mulch on top of that. That helps, it slows down the grass. Eventually it will come through, especially this bloody nut grass. But it helps a whole lot, slows it down, and hopefully as summer goes on, I can continue and bring a few more loads in. We'll see. Okay, we're going to, not too much time. We're going to unroll this, kind of place it in, put it in place and fold it over so you can kind of see what we're doing. Yeah. Go all the way. All right. Let's throw on this. There we go. Okay, let's hold it over about halfway. Hopefully that's about fine. Okay. You want to stand up? Yeah, one of the detailed parts, you have to kind of fold it over and then spread it out just right. Stuff it under the squash leaves and try not to smother and damage our okra. To tell you the truth, I think it might have been a little bit easier earlier in the season. But again, not that's where. Okay, I'm gonna throw some mulch on top. Okay? Throw some mulch on top. Just hold it in place there. Let's get that one mulched in for just a moment. I'll mention a couple of other things. I'm not sure of the variety of okra I got. I think that's something I put away last year. So it might be purple. Have you ever noticed, you go into just a seed catalog, they'll give you one or two varieties of okra. That's it. But if you go looking for some of the heirloom catalogs, especially online, you can start to find there's more than one or two varieties of okra. There's a lot of different varieties. It's just they're hard to find. The potatoes are finally starting to pick up really good. I've for several years gone up to Fresh, which is a store by Brookshire's, a regional grocery. and just picked up whatever varieties of potatoes they had. Now I know all the rules. I don't buy the rules. It says you always buy seed potatoes from a feed store or another source, because apparently, as they say, in the grocery stores, they treat their potatoes so that they will keep longer, either chemically or radiation. I don't know, and that keeps them from germinating. Well, it's worked for several years. This year I've got kind of worried because they're really, really late starting. And I did them just like I do every year. Got them in the ground. Yeah, there's finally starting to pop up in places, and pretty much good strong stem. And a couple of days ago, I was over here weeding, and I accidentally dug up a couple of pieces. These are just barely starting to put the eyes. And so here it is. What is this? May 24th. And some of my potatoes are still starting out. They're just starting to slow. Really, really strange year. But in the end, I think I'm going to end up with a really good potato crop. And some, the following year, you know, when you dig your potatoes, there's always a little bitty ones that you just don't bother with or you miss. And so every year, I'll have just a handful of potatoes that will come up from last year's. And in fact, you go look at the history of potatoes, they use the Aztecs and Native Americans, Central and South American Americans. That's the way they stored potatoes.